This guy's friend played a savage prank on him to get him to stop driving drunk. Without a shadow of a doubt, drunk driving is a major problem all around the world. Far too often, people who have clearly overindulged on some type of alcohol decide to get behind the wheel of an automobile and risk not only their lives, but the lives of others on the road as well. A Kentucky man named Tom Mabe has a good friend named Ray, who is all too well known around town when it comes to getting behind the wheel after a few too many. You see, Ray had a whopping 5 DUIs to his name, and none of his friends or family wanted to see him end up with a 6th. So Ray's friend Tom decided to devise an intricate plan that would not only catch his friend's attention, but also scare the ever-loving crap out of him. Do you know someone who gets behind the wheel after they've been drinking? Let us know in the comments section below, and then don't forget to leave this story a like and to subscribe for more. Driving intoxicated on alcohol can be a life-altering decision. If you're pulled over by police, your best case scenario is probably having your license revoked and then maybe even a little jail time. Alcohol is known to lower the response time for your reflexes, so if you choose to drive drunk, you have almost no time to make critical decisions while out on the road. A trip to the hospital, or maybe even worse, is definitely not worth it. Even if you manage to escape hurting yourself or even somebody else out on the road, there's also a good chance that you may get pulled over by law enforcement, which can have devastating effects on your life. Since Tom's friend Ray chose to walk that thin line much too often throughout his life, Tom finally decided to come up with an extreme plan that would intervene on Ray's dangerous behavior. One Friday night, Tom and Ray went to their favorite pub for some drinks when, as per usual, Ray eventually disappeared. Tom went over to check his truck and, lo and behold, there was Ray completely passed out in the driver's seat. Tom tried to wake his friend up, but he had drank so much that night that he was completely unresponsive. Tom knew instantly that the timing was right to teach Ray a valuable lesson. Tom called a few of his friends who knew about the plan in advance and quickly told them that it was time to get to work. Believe it or not, the crew was building a fake hospital room for Ray to wake up in. With all kinds of authentic props carefully set into place, the group then changed their unconscious friend into an official medical gown and finally placed him onto the phony hospital bed to rest off his hangover. After a few hours, when Ray finally began to stir, a woman dressed in a full nurse uniform walked into his room in order to check his vitals. He looked bewildered and also unaware that everything around him had been set up by his friend Tom. His face suddenly showed great concern. After the actress playing the nurse left, Tom, who was dressed as a doctor, entered the room slowly. Ray didn't know that it was recently his good friend hiding underneath the surgical mask, so Tom then proceeded to give Ray some bad news about his health status. Tom revealed to Ray that he had just woken up from a 10-year coma. He explained that after Ray had been involved in a drunk driving accident some 10 years prior, he'd fallen into a coma and that this was the first time that he'd ever been conscious since. Ray looked absolutely shocked and dumbfounded until Tom pulled off his surgical mask to reveal his face and then began playfully hitting Ray. He just wanted to get the message across to his good friend that even though this entire scenario was a prank, it could have really happened to him if his behavior were to continue. We hope that Ray has quickly learned his lesson after being put through this elaborate prank, and that Tom will continue to stay on top of his friend to help him abstain from such dangerous behavior. See footage of the epic prank below. Did Tom go too far to scare his friend Ray? Let us know what you think in the comments below. And then please consider taking a moment to like this story and subscribe for more too.